You know, you should never give up on faithful love, no matter how disgusting and selfish the devil and Satan are, guys. Um, you know, when they studied COVID, I'm certain of this because I've been around these people, and a lot of things, it was hard for me when I first got to Sierra Vista and they started having their scientists and stuff come talk to me from the fort and stuff, because they thought something was wrong with me mentally, emotionally, and psychologically, because I didn't understand how disgusting and manipulative and horrible they were, because I couldn't conceive being that terrible, that deviant, that sexually deviant, that horrible. They just couldn't, see how not he can be so naive and such a mook and not figure out what the fuck we're doing. It's like nobody in their right mind would know what you were doing with virtual presence, with sexual manipulation of my wife and the way it affected her kids, and the same with, what happened with Stephanie with her abuse through tribalism. And, I'm the eternal spirit of the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. You can't expect me to figure out why people are still fighting over eye color and skin color and hair color and tribalism and all that ridiculous, disgusting shit you assholes promote and fight over. You can't expect me to fix your shit, clean up your shit. If I tell you 6,000 times, okay, to forgive debt and trespass and love one another, eternal faithful peace, and you disobey me willingly 6,000 times, that means 6,000 days I got up to help you live without your sin, to get rid of your sin, and 6,000 times you ignored me and denied me because you thought I don't have to. Now, life's eternal and grace is infinite. The cool thing about a guy like me, I was talking to Dad about that yesterday, is, if I tell you something if I teach you, and I'm your father, how to live correctly 6,000 days in a row, and you ignore me 6,000 days in a row, on the day you accept the truth, I'm not going to sit there and go, we could have done it 6,000 days ago, you dirty, rotten little bastard, I fucking hate you. Okay? I'm not going to tell you that. I may not hang out with you after that. I may not want to be around you. Okay? But I'll be proud that you accepted the Lord's Prayer. And I know you'll be living the perfection of it just like me and Jesus, right? So that's the beautiful thing about the Messiah, the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer, the Lord, okay? The man that's like Jesus and David. And you got to understand that the people on TV, neither political party or anything like me, and my Father Jesus, and the Spirit of the Father through David and Moses and Adam of North Africa, the large black man I talked to in prayer with his beautiful wife, and at Pope Air Force Base that told me I had to marry Stephanie. And I was like, well, why? It doesn't seem like a good plan and or idea. It's very important. The boy's very important. Take the spirit of Solomon, and the military is going to torture him. And you got to give birth to him because he has to do his job. Your son has to step up and be like you. You don't stop reproducing because the devil's going to torture your kid like the devil tortures you. And I'm like, and I didn't know that at the time. They were just talking me into just telling me how important my son's spirit was to the world. Because it was the tribalism between North and South and dark and light has been a very problematic sex cult thing over thousands of years, and it needs to be eradicated from the face of the earth. And supposed to love thy enemy, and we're supposed to stop all murder over literally stupidity, money, idolatry, aggressive, violent sexual behavior. When you stem cell clone yourself so you can physiologically, superficially fix yourself with, wonderful products that keep your teeth, this is a power swab smile, right? Go to the place, go to this plastic surgeons, go to that Solo Bono bellow thing. I looked at it and I go, that's horrible. You can't do that. The body, when you get that kind of fat on it, is shutting down because it's got toxins in it. So if you go to a doctor and they suck out all the toxins, it doesn't mean that you're superficially feeling better. Yeah, they've sucked out all the toxins, but that doesn't mean the environment that was killing you with all that toxins has magically gone away. It's not all going to the magic carbon emission Freon filter, tire particle filter in the sky, guys. Okay. There's still a lot of prevalent conditions, especially for poor people, to murder them with stress in a toxic environment, guys. It's not all disappearing overnight. They've given themselves till 2050, according to the Paris summit, right? And then the best tech in the world is manipulating people psychologically and emotionally to have them do aggressive, irrational things like get on the train and be there on time like you should. Support our businesses. Run around real fast in cars and trains, and even if they're electric, we don't care. John Cena doesn't care. John Cena's a little asshole. All professional wrestlers are assholes. Okay. They promote irrational, sex-called aggressive violence for make-believe money and totally deny the Lord's Prayer. Don't love Jesus or reflect anything like Jesus or act anything like Jesus at all. Okay. The Messiah is such a better person than anybody on TV asking for your money and your time because their ego has destroyed the true essence of the soul in their bodies. Their bodies have become a temple of Satan and a trap for murder and dysfunction. Okay? They can physically look very desirable, like you'd enjoy to have sex with them. But you'd only enjoy to have sex with them if you're an aggressive, selfish, violent person that wants to be part of a mass murder program that's incorrect. Okay? All the people they're talking into voting to either abort the baby because you want to senselessly fuck because you want to forget about life by drinking alcohol, being superficial, frivolous, and the Real Housewives of Dubai and Orange County and the real world and all that shit. Or you can be a self-righteous hypocrite who jumps into people's bedrooms and because you're not living the Lord's Prayer, making women that were sexually assaulted by their own family members or their next door neighbor who's a really bad person, have the baby and then have to come to terms with having to deliver a baby through sexual assault in an environment where people use money to torture people psychologically with technology. Okay. And so these people, the only people that have sex life that people want to replicate are the people that are aggressive and sexually violent and participate in violent sexual pornography propaganda that is usually portrayed in music or theater that tells other people, don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me and you had lots of money and you could fuck on the French Riviera and have that power swap smile and that six-pack abs and that butt that every guy wants to sodomize and say, I own that thing. That's my pussy. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house, And it's horrible. Okay. It's horrible. You see women that look like the beautiful women you tried to love in the 1980s and 90s growing up, but they lack the character that the women that loved you and you loved it couldn't be together had, okay, in that time, because they weren't bombarded by the top tech in the whole world to be manipulated into volunteering to be mass murdered by the wealthy. So when they're done cleaning up the world, they can all enjoy it because only the best people will survive this hell and they'll fix everything when they're damn well good and ready. But all you fat people that are stupid and are addicted to football and professional wrestling, rap music and sex, what other choice have you given them? They have to live vicariously through you aggressive, murdering shitheads because they have no hope of having any comfort, romance, and healthy sexuality unless they sono bello themselves for a year. And then the guy gets superficial and gets his boner pills and fucks her, and then they die, and then they feel happy because they get their drugs from the corporations to feel like they're being killed in a comfortable manner. Suicide is painless, a brave man once requested me. That's a song by a Mandel who doesn't understand how to stand up for the Lord's Prayer. It's someone trying to deal with war that doesn't have the courage to stop war because he's afraid of dying. Okay, guys? I love you. Let's load this up. I've got a lot of ass to kick, and I'm in a hurry to get to the kingdom of heaven. I don't know about the rest of you bitch-ass hoe cake motherfuckers. All right? Love you very much, right? You know I do.